welcome back to Sports the NEMO Way, the Seattle Mariners episode. And as you can probably imagine, we're talking about the Seattle Mariners Mount Rushmore. Unfortunately, there's only 4 of us here today. Wade again couldn't make it, but let's try and get him back next week. We'll see what we can do. And unfortunately, due to scheduling conflicts and problems we've created for ourselves, we could not get Buddy here, even though, Buddy has been here for Mariners episodes and Timberwolves episodes, outfielder episodes, Panthers. He deserves to be here, but it's the podcast guy's fault, not Buddy's. So we apologize to Buddy and the fans for not having Buddy on tonight. But let's move on. Drew, who is your number 4 Mariners Mount Rushmore member?
My number 4 is Felix Hernandez.
He's my number 4 and Wade's number 4.
He was my number 5.
Right?
I don't have him.
Uncle Doug, his name is King Felix. All right.
Yeah, I know. Him and another guy thought long and hard for 4 and 5, but I decided to go with Felix. Yeah, he got a Cy Young, 6-time All-Star, 2 ERA titles. He threw a perfect game. That's probably people's most famous memories of him is Felix Hernandez's perfect game with the Mariners. He's a lifelong Mariner, 15 years. For his career, he has a 3.4 ERA. He has 2,500 strikeouts, 2,700 innings pitched. There for a while. He played for the Mariners, and since that 1 year, they hadn't made the playoffs in like 25 years or something crazy. Some of these years he had great ERAs, but he led the league. His first year, he led the league in ERA, 2.27. He went 13 and 12. Right at 500. We're barely giving up 2 runs a game, but kind of the same thing with Nolan Ryan. But I don't know. He was a dominant pitcher for a while.
He was a very dominant pitcher for a while. I've said this before, not on air, but to other people when we have conversations, probably to Buddy, to be honest with you. If King Felix played for the Yankees, he'd be a household name and an easy Hall of Famer. But since he played for the Mariners when the Mariners sucked,
yeah,
I
was gonna say I looked at the record for 2010. They went 61 and 101.
Yeah,
and he led the league in ERA that year. He had no run support.
So what was his record that year?
13 and 12.
That's what I thought. That's what I always remember about him. It's like he won the Cy Young with 13 wins.
Yeah, they wanted to give it to some. Like, a lot of people were mad when he won the Cy Young that year. And I'm trying to remember. I think they wanted to give it to Zach Greinke or something. I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I don't remember now, but I just remember when he won.
David Price.
Was it David Price?
David Price had a 2.7 ERA. Hernandez had a 2.2. Felix pitched another 40 innings. He had 50 more strikeouts. He threw 9 less walks. He hit 3 more batters.
So what was the other guy's record?
The other guy's 19 and 6.
Yeah.
But he played for the Rays during their 2010. That was during that Rays little span where
the Rays won the World Series in 09?
Yeah, 09 or 08. Yeah, one of those years.
So. Okay.
Well, Felix led the league in ERA, in games started, in innings pitched. He was a workhorse.
Oh yeah, he was a great pitcher
with a really low ERA. He just didn't get wins because he didn't get a run support.
Right.
Who's even on this Mariners team at this time? I'm trying to find someone. Old Ichiro's on here. Yeah, Ichiro's 36 at this time.
Chone Figgins is on the team, but he did not. He had an awful year. He played 161 games, hit 1 home run, and had 35 RBIs. What in the heck was he doing?
Here's the starting lineup. The batting averages: 195, 217, 259, 227, 239, 211, 245, 315, which is Ichiro, and then 215. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that wasn't much.
It's just
that seems impossible.
No one besides Ichiro batted over 300 for the year.
Yeah, Anyway, we should move on. But yes, Ray, you didn't have Felix either.
No.
All right, sorry, we get on there. All right, Uncle Doug, you have a 4 left, I take it.
Yep, I do.
Who is your 4?
Edgar Martinez.
Oh, he's my number 2.
Yeah, I got him at 2.
And so does Wade.
Oh,
I don't have Edgar.
Really?
really?
Yeah.
There's only like 2 Hall of Famers in our entire franchise, and he's one of them.
I didn't go with Edgar.
Well, I think you screwed up.
Yeah, Edgar's in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, Edgar's 7-time All-Star, 5 Silver Sluggers, 2 batting titles, batted .312, 9 home runs, 1,261 RBIs, 2,200 hits. He
was-
DH and third base.
He was like the staple of the Mariners for like 2 decades.
Yeah, from 87 to 2004.
Yeah.
And yeah, he played his whole career, 18 years. There in Seattle. So
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No, I mean he was one of those guys like. No, does he have a year where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he did that? Probably not, but he was remarkably consistent for a long time. You know, he was probably going to hit you 15 to 25 home runs. He did every year where he hit 37. You know, he was going to get a decent amount of RBIs. He was going to hit for average. You know, he was a good ball player.
oh yeah.
He did, yeah, 2000. Was that the year they had that great team?
I believe so.
Yeah, he hit 37 home runs with 145 RBIs, and he batted .324.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he led the league in runs once. He led the league in doubles twice. He led the league in RBIs once. He led the league. He won 2 batting titles. He led the league in on base percentage 3 times and OPS once. Oh, Edgar Martinez. All right, well, I don't have anything else to add. Do you, Uncle Doug?
No, that's
You had him, Ray?
Yeah, I got him.
Okay, and Wade did as well. Okay,
okay.
gotcha. All right, well, does anybody have a 4 left?
I do.
Ray, who you got, buddy?
Good old Randy Johnson.
Oh, the unit.
Randy's my number 3.
He's my
Okay.
number 2.
Wade and I neither one have him.
All right. Old Randy Johnson. He is a Hall of Famer. He's a 5-time Cy Young winner with a Triple Crown.
5 Cy Youngs. Sorry, Ray, I interrupted.
No, you're good. 10-time All-Star, 2001 World Series winner, World Series MVP, 4-time ERA title with a career ERA of 3.29, 303 wins, 166 losses. And he's had a lot of impressive win-to-loss ratio seasons in his career. So,
I was saying, in Seattle, he got 1 Cy Young and 1 ERA title,
Yeah, he won 4 in a row with Arizona.
which is
That
wild.
Stupid.
Yeah. And he had a no-hitter, of course, in Seattle. And he still holds the record, I believe, in Seattle with 19 shutouts
Hmm.
in his career there. He was only there like 9 years, 10 years. 19
Yeah.
shutouts. That's,
About almost 2 a year.
yeah. Which,
just nasty. The guy was just nasty.
Randy Johnson was nasty.
yeah. I actually saw him play in person.
And the
He was
Cardinals-
impressive.
Didn't the Cardinals only win like 1-0?
Yes, the Cardinals actually beat him in the playoffs 1-0. And it was an awesome game.
Who was pitching for the Cardinals?
I can't remember.
It's crazy.
And I think Randy Johnson pitched a long time. I don't know that the Cardinal pitcher went huge innings, but
Well, then he had great longevity. They turned him into a closer, and then he still shut people down.
I mean he pitched a long time.
22 years.
Was he?
Was it not in Seattle where he hit the bird?
Was it
Yeah, I
Seattle?
think it was Seattle. Yeah, he
I don't
kills
think it
them.
was Arizona.
No,
No,
because
I think it
it's
was Seattle.
outside. It's a day game. I think it is. I think it's Seattle.
It might be Seattle, but
Yeah,
yeah,
he
I mean
kills
that's
the
that's one of those like memorable moments in baseball history.
Yeah,
like they
it's
show
like
that a lot.
Everybody's seen that video.
Well,
Yeah.
Randy Johnson, he guys. Someone asked him about. I think there's like someone breaking in the houses somewhere or something. And like, Randy, do you have like a gun or something? He's like, no, I have a sack of baseballs next to my nightstand. Oh gosh! Could you imagine from me to Ray, which it's only like 4 steps? Randy Johnson just winds up and just.
I mean,
Guy-
50 miles
Guys
per hour
didn't
right
want to
there.
stand in the left-hander's batter's box when he was 60 feet away.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't want to be across the room from him.
by the way, you guys know he has another career now.
Really?
Oh yeah, he's a photographer.
He's a professional photographer.
No shit.
Like the Super
Oh.
Bowl, like national
Okay.
championship
he,
games and stuff.
He got the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, he was there.
Really?
Yeah, with the
Yeah.
camera. Yeah.
Cool.
Big
I'll be
6'10".
Yeah, there's
Randy
Bill, you
Johnson,
can't
big
miss
guy.
him.
Yeah.
That is cool.
His tripod is taller than I am.
But no, yeah, I did say he's a photographer now. I mean, why not? That'd be cool. Being an MLB pitcher, then just go to like big games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And he gets
Yeah.
all the angles.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
Mm.
And he's also appeared in a movie called Little Big League.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got
Ian
that.
Jr.
He's got that nasty look on his face when he comes out.
Oh, did you see that? That guy had a Carlton Fisk jersey on.
Really?
The guy
I
had the
see.
ball.
Oh,
Yeah.
I heard you wore your pet jersey the other night.
I did. You weren't there to see it, Drew.
I was at my golf tournament.
Yeah, I had my Pud jersey on. It was great. Looks sharp, does it not, Uncle Doug?
It did. It looked very sharp.
I think you all ought to follow suit, mind you.
I'm waiting for Wade. He said he didn't buy me one.
Oh, he did say that, didn't he?
Yes, he did. I'm holding him to it.
All right, well.
He said that's payment for the Disney Plus subscription.
Oh man.
All right. Well. Yep, Randy Johnson.
All right.
So, anybody have a 4 left?
Nope.
No. Anybody have a 3 left?
I do.
I do.
All right, Drew, who you got, buddy?
Ichiro.
That is my 3.
He's also my 3 and Wade's 3.
He's my number 2.
All right.
Uh-huh.
Ichiro is in.
Okay.
He's an MVP, Rookie of the Year, 10-time All-Star, 10 Gold Gloves, 3 Silver Sluggers, 2 batting titles. He has 3,000 hits, batted .311 for his career. He spent 14 years in Seattle, and he spent 3 years in New York, 3 years in Miami, but most of his years were in Seattle. He kind of busted onto the scene in Seattle in 2001. He came in the league at 27 from Japan. So he started his year much later, so I thought that was impressive. Coming in later, I mean, he came in and led the league in hits. I mean, for his first, 10 years in the league, 9 years in the league, he had over 200 hits every year. Stole bases at the beginning of his career. So he kept his batting average for his career up over 3. Ichiro
He tried to lose it. He tried hard.
Oh yeah, he tried. Yeah. Ichiro he's probably one of the best leadoff hitters. I mean, he'd just get on base for you.
I will say this. No, not a huge knock on Ichiro, but here's another guy where if we get the opportunity, I'm snatching that MVP.
What year is it?
2001.
Oh, we're very close. Foreshadowing.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I've always thought that he was not deserving of that MVP. Rookie of the Year, very much so. All-Star game, absolutely. But MVP, no. We're talking about the peak of the steroid era. Do you know the type of numbers that were being put up by other guys?
Right.
I pulled it up.
Yeah.
Old A-Rod and Jason Giambi, Jim Tomei.
I believe Wangon was putting up big numbers at that
Yeah.
point.
Roberto Alomar's on here. Manny.
Yeah, it'll be interesting when we get to 01. I'm looking
Mhm.
forward to that conversation.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, anyway, Ichiro is a deserving member of this Mount Rushmore, though, I believe.
Yeah.
3,000 hit guy, by the way. I don't know if we said that or not.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I did, yeah.
And he's not in the Hall of Fame because he's not eligible yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he just retired a couple seasons ago. He played in 2019.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Next year.
Yeah, he should be next year.
Yeah, next year he'll get
Got to
in.
wait 5, I think.
Who'd he retire with?
Seattle.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
he
went
was in-
back to Seattle.
Yeah, he went back to
retired.
Seattle for that.
Yeah, he was in
Mariners.
Seattle for like 2 years, I think, at the end.
Yeah.
Who was he with after Seattle?
He went to
The
the
Yankees.
Yankees.
Oh,
The
like-
Yankees and then the Marlins, and then he went back to
Gotcha.
Seattle.
Like I
Oh,
said,
okay.
Ray, a couple episodes ago, you either retire or you live or you play long enough to be a Yankee.
okay, Batman.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's what happens in baseball.
Either a hero or you live long enough to become a villain.
All right. Well, does anybody have a 3 left?
Nope.
Nope. Anybody have a 2 left?
Nope.
Neither do I. So we're all just waiting on one guy,
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
the kid,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Junior.
and Wade's all-time favorite player.
That's right. Sorry, Wade. Wish you were here.
I love King Griffey Jr.
Oh, I do too. He was so much
Again,
fun
in that
to
movie,
watch.
Ray, you got Griffied. Runs on the wall.
Yeah.
You got Griffied. That's
yeah,
a movie?
At the end of the movie.
They think they're going to win.
It's what's the name of it? Little Big League or
Yeah.
whatever that you were talking about.
Yeah, I know he's in there, but there was a part where he said you got Griffied.
Yeah, at the end of the game when he. That's what
When
Dad
he
and I
runs
always
the
say.
wall,
yeah.
catches the thing, and
Oh yeah, I remember that. I didn't
Yeah.
know there was a part where it said you got Griffied.
I think one of the guys in the dugout says that or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Because the guy trying to date his mom thinks he's
Yeah.
going to hit the
Oh,
home
yeah.
run. And
Yeah.
Junior just catches it and smiles.
Yeah. Just grin.
We're talking about a Hall of Famer, MVP, a 13-time All-Star, 3-time home run derby champ, 10-time Gold Glover, 7 Silver Sluggers, and he was an All-Star Game MVP. He played 13 seasons in Seattle. Should have stayed because going to Cincinnati ruined his career.
I mean, he's still getting paid.
Well, in Seattle, he hit 417 home runs, 1,200 RBIs, 167 stolen bases. He had 292 batting average, 374 on base, 555 slug for a 927 OPS. By the way, that's 13 seasons, boys. I mean, I don't know what his first 10 were, but I bet they were pretty good.
Yeah, I'm saying. Well, and if the game's on the line and somebody hits the ball to center field, who else do you want running it down?
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And he held up for the most part against the steroid guys.
yes, he did.
He didn't weigh 200 pounds.
He won 10 straight Gold Gloves.
Yeah.
Deservingly. I mean,
Well, and the year that McGuire and Sosa had the big home run chase, he was with them for quite a while.
yeah, he just wore out.
He hit
And,
56 home runs
yeah,
that year.
Yeah, I mean, he still had.
He hit 56 home runs back-to-back seasons. Here's his seasons. This is 4 straight seasons. 49, 56, 56, 48.
Yeah. And it just happened to come while the steroid guys were popping 60s
Mm-hmm.
and 70.
He's probably the only, like we said, he's probably the only clean one during that time. I always still like the moment of him and his dad when he goes and steals the ball from his dad in the outfield.
And unlike Bronny James, he is going to be good enough to play with. He was good enough to play with his dad.
Better than
Yeah,
his dad.
exactly.
Yeah, he was better than his dad.
Yeah.
How many guys in history do you think have 7 40 home run seasons?
Ooh.
I mean, I'd say there's a decent amount of them. I'm not saying there's hardly any.
Right.
But I bet that puts you in like, well, let's put it this way. Maybe this is a better way to say it. For me, Griffey is a Hall of Famer's Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I think so.
He's in the upper
Yeah.
echelon of the whole.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
Well, like we put him in greatest center fielders of all time.
Did we put him at 2, 1 or 2?
I don't remember.
Willie Mays plays center.
Yeah,
too.
Right.
I think we put Mays ahead of him, maybe.
he was 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He's in the upper echelon of the
You're
Hall
talking
of
about a
Fame.
guy that in the 600 home run club. There's what, 7 of them?
Yeah. It's not a lot.
And he spent like the whole second half of his career hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a guy, we just said, he played 13 years in Seattle and played pretty much all the time. And then immediately after he went to Cincinnati, it was like hurt. And, like, it became a running joke after a while. I was like, Griffey doesn't play.
Yeah.
I got your stat for guys with 7 more seasons with 40-plus home runs. It's 8 guys.
Only 8, really?
Babe Ruth's done it 11. A-Rod, Barry Bonds, Killer Brewer, and Hank Aaron did it 8 times, and Albert Pujols, Sammy Sosa, and Ken Griffey Jr. did it 7.
Wow. That's a pretty good club.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, absolutely. And he's not just a home run guy. He's not Jim Tomei, who hits 250. Like, he has a career batting average of 284, and that's for 22 seasons.
Yeah.
Not like he,
played 10 years and retired early.
right.
I mean, he did a lot of stuff. Like, he could field. He was a
Oh,
good
yeah.
defender. He could steal bases.
Yeah.
Like, pitchers
He
were
can do it all.
like he stepped at the bag, and then pitchers were afraid to go against him. Like,
Oh,
he's dangerous.
Yeah.
He's a
He was
I
five
did
tool
not
guy.
want him getting on base.
He was super dangerous. I mean, in 1997, his MVP season, okay? He led the league in runs with 125. He had 185 hits, 35 doubles, 3 triples. He led the league with 56 home runs and 147 RBIs. He stole 15 bags. He walked 76 times. He hit 304, 382, 646 for a 1028 OPS.
Yeah.
His is safe.
Yeah.
His MVP will be safe.
I assume so, but we are talking about 1997.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, we can just take a glance at it here. Tino Martinez came in second place. I'm gonna go out. I mean, Tino did. I'm gonna say no.
What about this pitcher?
Frank Thomas had a good season. Frank Thomas won the batting title, hitting 347, and then it went 347, 456, 611 for a 1060. He actually had a higher OPS than Griffey, but he hit 21 less home runs.
I'd say it's probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna say he's pretty safe. Although Randy Myers from Baltimore, Randy Myers was around for a long time, but I didn't think he was that good. But he had a 1.51 ERA.
Oh, he had 45 saves.
Yeah. Roger Clemens had a. Oh, yeah. This is Roger Clemens' one of his Cy Young seasons. He leads the league with 21 wins, leads the league with a 2.05 ERA, and leads the league with a 292 strikeouts. He won the pitching triple crown that year.
Yeah.
Dang.
He led the league in wins, ERA, WHIP, innings pitched, and strikeouts.
Did he?
Wow.
But guess what? This is a Toronto year. That's a steroid year.
Oh, yeah.
And look, he barely beats Randy Johnson by like 1 in every category.
Yeah.
1 more win, 1 more strikeout. That's wild.
1 more strikeout, but in like 48 more innings.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. So we only have 5 guys,
Yeah.
and 2 of them already in, and Ichiro and Griffey. But we don't have any 1s or 2s, guys. We have 2 3s and a 4, and 2 of those guys get in.
Yeah. This is tough.
Wow. All right. So we obviously have guys in here that have 2 of those guys. So who doesn't have Edgar?
Me.
Oh, that's Drew. Who doesn't have Felix?
I don't.
So Doug and Ray. And then me and Wade don't have Randy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Well, do we try and get Edgar in and then decide between the pitchers?
Well, I mean, what's Buddy doing?
Oh, yeah. What's Buddy doing? Just call Buddy and ask him between those
yeah,
3.
what time is it?
Call
8:30?
Buddy up.
I just call Buddy and say between these 3, who you want.
That's true. This is a great opportunity to call Buddy.
I'd be fine with that since we couldn't get him on. He's going to be like,
Yeah.
man, Alex, why you put me in this situation? I can already hear him now.
I'm good with Buddy deciding for us.
Yeah.
It's his team.
It's his team, yeah.
You guys talk for a minute. I'll explain to him what's
All
going on.
right. Yeah.
Buddy. I need. Oh, happy Father's Day to you too. I need your help, man. I'm on the pod.
Why are
Um,
we for real?
and,
Right, look at the
we,
TV.
So first off,
We're comparing
going
Babe
to
Ruth to Juan
apologize.
Soto. Are you kidding me?
we're recording.
Oh, my God.
You gotta be
That's
for real
right.
right now. Like, we gotta chill out. Juan Soto's played like 70 games with the Yankees, and we're comparing him to Babe Ruth. We gotta chill out. It's wild.
You got to make up something to talk about, I guess.
I guess. I mean, Soto's having a good year.
Yeah.
And then we have 3 guys with votes, but we only have 2 spots. It's King Felix, Edgar Martinez, and Randy Johnson. Okay. Well, I voted for him.
Okay. So, and then honestly, that's a tough one between those two. Randy Johnson had a really good career, but it also extended a lot of other places. You know,
4 straight Cy Youngs in Arizona.
You just think Mariners, you think Edgar Martinez. I mean, they have a section in the stadium just for him. They don't have a Randy Johnson section.
Oh, I didn't even know that they have an Edgar Martinez section at the stadium.
So,
Okay.
I mean, I think that's my choice.
So Felix and Edgar.
Yeah.
All right. Well, all right. We'll put them in then.
Yeah,
Mariners fan.
thanks, buddy.
Who got pissed off?
Well, I think it was. Well, I think I was the only one without Randy that was sitting here. So.
I mean, see? Their minds think alike.
All right. All right. Well, great. Hey, we're gonna have you on for an episode soon, man.
Okay, sounds great, dude. I'm gonna have my knee surgery Thursday, so
Oh,
well,
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
I'll have a little downtime.
we'll be praying for you, man.
yeah.
Thanks, bro.
All right. I'll catch you later.
Yep, happy Father's Day, guys.
Thanks,
Bye.
buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Well, I don't know how good of podcasting that was. But we appreciate Buddy helping us out there. And I don't know how much of that the listeners were able to hear, but Buddy said King Felix and Edgar Martinez. We gotta look this up, Drew. Edgar Martinez has a section in the stadium.
Yeah, we gotta figure this
Like, is this
out.
like a seating section, like Big Mac land?
Probably like Big Macland, I would
Okay.
guess.
All right.
I'm looking it up.
Yeah, because I mean, I had Edgar on my list, and everything I read was like they love him in Seattle.
Yeah.
Edgar's Cantina's picnic area, named for Hall of Famer Edgar Martinez, overlooks the field from behind the left center field wall. Mariners retired number hangs over Edgar's Cantina.
Huh. Okay.
Cool,
See if I can get a picture of this.
nice.
That's cool. I'd like to go out to, is that Petco or Safeco?
Safeco.
Safeco. I always get those two confused.
Petco was what, like Houston or something?
Petco-
No,
no,
that's
San Diego.
San Diego.
Oh, they said the Mariners one is.
Oh, yeah,
but
Houston's Minute Maid.
It's
or used to be
T-Mobile.
Minute Maid.
Well, they changed the name. But I don't think
Yeah.
either one
Yeah,
of them
they
are named
change
that
them all the
anymore.
time,
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
think either one of them are named that anymore.
Whoever ponies up the cash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, I can't believe that it's not Staples anymore. Like
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Crypto.com Reno or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is. That's it.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. Big Coors sign on the front.
Hey,
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
well, I think that's I mean, I had Randy Johnson, but I'm okay with King Felix.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
I mean, let's be honest here, though. We're not going to leave Randy Johnson exposed because he's making the Diamondbacks.
oh yeah,
I mean, there's no way he's not making the Diamondbacks. Because his Diamondbacks career is way more impressive than his
The Diamondbacks.
than his Seattle career. And the Diamondbacks have nobody.
right. Yeah.
So, I mean,
He won that World Series for him.
he won a World Series and he won 4 Cy Youngs.
Yeah,
in like
in a row.
6 well, he won 4 in a row, but it was like he only played there for like 6 years.
Yeah.
So it was
Yeah.
like he won 4 in like 6 seasons. Like it's
wild.
it's crazy.
right. So
And
yeah,
he
we're
won-
not bailing
yeah.
on Randy.
Yeah, Randy's gonna get on a team
Randy's
for sure.
gonna get some love.
Okay. Good.
All right, good deal.
Good Mount Rushmore here.
Yeah, so just so everybody's on the same page, Felix Hernandez, Edgar Martinez, Ichiro Suzuki, and Ken Griffey Jr. are the Mount Rushmore for the Seattle Mariners. That is a quality 4. You're talking about 3 Hall of Famers probably. I don't know that King Felix gets in. That'll be an interesting case. But he's only got 160 wins. That'll be interesting what they do with that. But anyway, 3 Hall of Famers, one of which, like we said, is like Major League elite. Like one of the elites of the sport.
Oh, yeah.
And then you got a 600 home run guy. You got a 3,000 hit guy. Yeah, I'd say they're pretty good.
Yep.
All right, Drew. We're moving into MVP discussion. Who we got? What year we got?
Our favorite years, the year 2000, another steroid year.
Oh, boy.
Alex's boy from a couple weeks ago in the AL won it, old Jason Giambi.
Oh, Jason Giambi. Just do it wrong. All right. Jason Giambi in the AL. Just beat out old Frank Thomas. Yeah, it was a close vote. But Giambi had 108 runs, 170 hits, 43 home runs, 137 RBIs. Led the league with 137 walks. He batted .333, 476, 647 for an 1123 OPS.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty nice, but he only led the league in 2 categories, walks and on-base percentage. There's going to be some big numbers to talk about here. Let's look at Frank Thomas. He scored 115 runs, which is more than Giambi. He had 191 hits, more than Giambi. He hit 43 home runs, the exact same amount as Giambi. He had 143 RBIs, more than Giambi. He had 112 walks, less than Giambi. He batted .328, 436, 625 for a 1061 OPS. Frank Thomas was almost on par with everything Giambi did. Giambi separated himself in a couple places. A-Rod, this is Seattle A-Rod, by the way. 134 runs, 175 hits, 41 home runs, 132 RBIs, 15 steals, 100 walks, 316, 420, 606 for a 1026 OPS. How many times do we talk about, like, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys on here that have an OPS over 1,000. How many times do you think that's happened?
Yeah.
Not very many. There's some years we barely get some guys up to 9.
Hey, Drew, you know episodes ago you really didn't know anything about Carlos Delgado? Well, here he is.
Yeah.
115 runs, 196 hits, 41 home runs, 137 RBIs, 123 walks for 344, 470, 666 for an 1134 OPS. That's higher than all these guys, but he did not lead the league because we haven't talked about Manny Ramirez yet. Edgar Martinez went 100 runs, 180 hits, 37 home runs, 145 RBIs, which did lead the league, 96 walks, 324, 423, 579 for a 1002 OPS. And then, as I mentioned, Manny Ramirez, which this is Cleveland Manny, 92 runs, 154 hits, 38 home runs, 122 RBIs, 86 walks for 351, 457, 697 for an 1154 OPS, which did lead the league.
Wow.
And also, just because he's a Red Sox and I want to talk about him, Nomar Garciaparra had himself a year that year. He had 104 runs, 197 hits, 21 home runs, 96 RBIs, 61 walks. He won the batting title at 372. He went 372, 434, 599 for a 1033 OPS. Then the WAR winner that year was a pitcher, Pedro Martinez, who went 18-6 with a 1.74 ERA against all these motherfuckers that we just talked about.
Yeah.
He had a 1.74 ERA. His WHIP, I don't know that I've ever seen a WHIP this low. I'm sure they're out there, but his ERA is 0.737. In 29 games, he pitched 217 innings and struck out 284 batters.
Nice.
That is insane. An insane season.
Just an insane group of guys. This has got to be one of our most
And
loaded.
that was just a crazy year.
By the way, Tim Hudson won 20 games at an ERA over 4. So did David Wells.
David Wells.
Jeez. Well, with guys hitting like this, people were scoring runs.
Yeah, no, I think I said it in our right-handers episode when we named like the 3 greatest right-handers or whatever. Like, look at these numbers, and then look at what Pedro Martinez did.
1.7 is wild with all these guys. And what? He's playing Toronto a bunch. Is this still interleague play? They didn't play the National League.
They wouldn't play the National League, yeah.
So yeah, they're not playing them. I mean, he's playing Toronto a bunch.
And the Yankees a bunch.
And the Yankees a bunch, which none of them are way up there. But without playing the National League, he's playing the other American League teams even more. So you're seeing all these guys a bunch.
Craziness. Well, guys, well, I guess we probably ought to look at maybe some records of some of these teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might thin the crowd out a little bit.
Who do you want me to look up first? You want to see the Oakland?
Yeah, let's look at Oakland. Yeah.
2000.
Yeah, because you got some interesting teams at the top. Oakland.
They went 91-70, first in the AL West.
Okay. That makes sense.
All right, well, I'm pulling the White Sox up right
You
now.
want me to look up Seattle?
The White Sox went 90. Yeah, go ahead and look up Seattle. 95-67, first in the Central.
Okay, so they were up there. Too.
Seattle went 91-71, second in the AL West.
What about Toronto?
Toronto went?
And that was Delgado's team was Toronto.
Yeah.
They went 83-79, third in the AL East.
Okay.
Dum-dum-dum-dum.
Who else we want?
Well, I looked up Boston. Boston was 85-77, second in the AL East, which I'm sure went to the Yankees.
I looked at Manny in Cleveland. Cleveland went 90-72 and second in the AL Central, right behind the White Sox.
Damn.
So, I mean, they're all... None of them are having... There's not like a terrible...
Yeah, they're all.
I mean,
just-
every single team we've looked up is had like not just a winning record, but been like really at 90 wins. Or,
20-plus wins over 500.
Yeah.
So they're all successful teams.
What were the vote counts?
Well, overall vote points, Giambi had 317, Frank Thomas 285, A-Rod 218, Delgado 206, Pedro 103, and then
Everybody else less than 100.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Giambi won by a fair amount over.
Yeah,
Not,
good 50.
32.
Yeah.
This is wild. How good of a fielder is Jason Giambi? Does he?
I don't know that he has any like gold gloves or anything. He's a
2000.
first baseman, no gold gloves.
Yeah.
Sounds my boy.
It was almost like pick your favorite player year.
This is nuts.
It is.
I mean, the top 4 vote getters all hit over 40 home runs.
Yeah.
All had over 130 RBIs.
Yeah.
They all hit well over 300.
They all have over 170 hits.
Yeah, they all have over 1,000 OPS.
Their on base percentage is all over 4.
Yeah, I'm kind of focusing on those top 4, trying to decide who.
And I like what Pedro did, but at the same time, these guys' numbers are just wild.
Yeah. And Edgar and Manny were good too, but I think these other guys are just.
Was this not the season that the Mariners won like 118 games?
No, I looked it up. This is the year before.
Oh,
Or
they
the year
did?
after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they went 91 this year.
Hmm.
So, and not, oh no.
By the way, this is
Just-
nuts. Darren Erstad had 240 hits. Did nobody else see that? 240?
What the heck? Who led the league in home runs? Because it's not on here.
That's true. Nobody on
We're
here.
Probably
Led
national side, huh?
no, they do it.
No?
They split it. American
split
League,
it, yeah.
National League.
Oh,
Yeah, who would have?
Who led the league in home runs in the American League?
In 2000?
Did they tie at 43 so they didn't bold it?
Well, they should bold them both. I would
Is that the
think.
only, is that
I
maybe?
don't know.
That's the only thing I can think of. But other than that, that's what I was trying to figure out who led the league in home runs. Or the Giambi and Thomas both just, or is it some guy that's all he did?
Yeah, because we've got the hit leader, we've got the RBI leader, the average leader, base on balls. Huh.
Troy Glaus at 47.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, the rest of his stats, are they really not good enough to get him in the top any votes?
Troy Glaus in 2000. Scored 120 runs, had 160 hits, had hit 47 home runs, 102 RBIs, stole 14 bags. He went 284, 404, 604 for a 1008 OPS.
And he got zero. He got 0 votes.
Yeah, he had 0 votes.
And the guy had 10 OPS. Are you kidding me? So there's more guys to our list.
Yeah, what'd you say?
And led the league in home runs.
Led the league in home runs. Yes.
And OPS.
Yeah, he led the league in home runs. He had an on base percentage over 400.
Yeah.
He he had over 100 RBIs. He had over 120 runs.
I'm not saying the guy should have won, but he should have been on.
Yeah,
here.
I don't think he's the winner.
Yeah,
but
better
there's no
year.
reason he shouldn't be up there.
Yeah.
Better than Jeter.
Yeah.
He's better than a lot of guys.
I mean, we're just talking about 7 guys having a 10 OPS. There's another guy.
Yeah,
That's 8 guys.
How can you have
That's wild.
a 10 OPS and not be on the list?
Yeah.
Because he played for the Angels.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to be rude, but
That's not rude.
oh man,
that's a weird one. But
It is.
again, some of these things are weird. Some of these voting things are weird. Like, I mean, we have an Angel on here. Darren Erstad, his teammate, is on here. He came in 8th.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's weird. I mean, yeah. Who knows?
Yeah, it makes no sense.
I mean, here's a guy for you. Travis Fryman from Cleveland's on here. He got 2 votes. And again, I'm not saying he had a bad season, but it's not the season we just talked about. 93 runs, 184 hits, 22 home runs, 106 RBIs, 321, 392, 516 for a 908 OPS.
like you said, it's a nice season, but it's not.
Yeah, he can get 2 votes, but Troy Glaus can't get any.
Yeah. The guy who led the American League in home runs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird. That's not right there.
Well, I was looking at it, I was like, where's the home run leader?
Yeah.
Like, normally he's always on here.
Right. Yeah.
Normally the home run leader always gets votes.
Right. He's always least in the top bunch.
Yeah. So I don't know.
It is kind of weird, though, because all the league leaders are really spread out. Like, Giambi's got 2, Delgado's got 1, Edgar's got 1, Manny's got 2, Erstad's got 2, Johnny Damon's got 2. Like, they're all spread way out.
Did you say Nomar had one? Say Nomar's got batting average.
Oh, yeah, Nomar won the batting title. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Nomar's got 1. Sorry.
I would say, yeah, but they're everywhere.
Yeah, completely spread out.
This is wild. I don't know.
Well, you're looking at Giambi and Frank Thomas are first baseman. A-Rod and Nomar are shortstops. Delgado's another first baseman. Edgar's a DH. Manny's a very piss-poor outfielder.
It's early, Manny.
I don't know, man.
Well, do you need to go to the boards?
Yeah,
This is tough.
I'm fully on board with going to the boards, but I feel like there's a possibility we might come out with 4 answers.
I think so, yeah, I think so too. Let's give it a shot.
Oh gosh.
All right. Well, yes will mean that Jason Giambi keeps his MVP, and no will mean you want to give it to somebody else, and we would like you to write down who that somebody else was. Yeah. And I am ready.
I got mine.
Ray, you in, buddy?
Yep.
All right. Well, I put no, and I put Pedro.
No, I went A-Rod.
I said no, and I said Carlos Delgado.
And I said Delgado.
All right.
I thought we were gonna go 4 there for a second. I was like, oh, we're gonna go with 4, but no, we got 3.
But we all said no.
Yes, we all said no. And I don't have anything against
No.
Giambi.
No.
Yeah, it's just so,
Giambi had a very good year.
No.
it's just so close. It was just like oh, let's just pick a name out.
If I
of the hat.
pick A-Rod, it's when he's still in Seattle. And he's played shortstop. The other guys played first. I gave him a little bit more credit because he was a good shortstop.
He was.
Well, the way I looked at it is all these hitters had such great seasons. I couldn't decide between them, so I just went with a guy that shut those great hitters down.
It's true.
I was like,
Sure.
so that's what I did with it. Oh. Well, that is our MVP portion of this episode.
We got to
Has
do
ended
NL,
the-
dude.
Say what?
You got to do the NL side, right?
Oh crap!
Yeah, we talked
Look
about
at that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
We talked forever on that. I just forgot about it.
Yeah.
Way to go, Ray.
Yeah, I'll just keep up for you.
This one is going to be interesting as well, I think. The 2000 NL MVP is Jeff Kent, who I liked, by the way. I always liked Jeff Kent.
San Francisco.
Yes, from San Francisco, he beat his teammate, Barry Bonds, who came in second place, sorry. But Jeff Kent had 114 runs, 196 hits, 33 home runs, 125 RBIs. He stole 12 bags. He had 90 walks. He batted .334, .424, .596 for a .1021 OPS.
How many home runs do you have?
33.
33. Okay.
And that was out of a second baseman.
And like 12 guys with a 10 OPS on this list. Nuts.
Yeah.
National
Totally.
League.
The guy that came in 20th has a 1028 OPS.
The National League's crazy.
Holy cow.
Like I said, Barry Bonds came in second place. He scored 129 runs, 147 hits, 49 home runs, 106 RBIs, stole 11 bases. He led the league with 117 walks. He went 306, 440, 688 for an 1127 OPS. There's a case to be made there for Bonds beating Kent.
Yeah.
They are teammates after all, by the way.
Yeah.
And then Mike Piazza.
Ooh.
Hey, is this the year of the Subway Series? Was it Yankees Mets in the World Series?
I'll figure it out real quick. Yeah, I think so.
But Piazza is third here. By the way, this is another close race. By the way,
Yeah, it is. It's the Subway World Series.
oh, so Piazza took the Mets to the World Series this year. Piazza had scored 90 runs. He had 156 hits. He had 38 home runs, 113 RBIs, 58 walks. He went 324, 398, 614 for a 1012 OPS. Number 4 is none other than Jimmy Edmonds.
Yeah.
Cardinal fans will be happy to hear that. He had 129 runs, 155 hits. He had 42 home runs, 180 RBIs, stole 10 bags, 103 walks. He went 295, 411, 583 for a 994 OPS. And he probably won a Gold Glove.
Probably.
I'm sure it did.
Number 4 is a very, very interesting one, guys. This is the one that we'll have to talk about.
Yeah.
This guy, I'm not even going to say who it is yet. This guy led the league in WAR. He led the league in hits. He led the league in RBI. He led the league in batting average, on-base percentage, slugging percentage, and OPS. He led the league in 7 categories. He came in 5th. he had 138 runs, 216 hits, 42 home runs, 147 RBIs. He walked 103 times. He went 372, 463, 698 for an 1162 OPS. But the reason he's probably not the MVP is it's Todd Helton. He played in
Colorado.
Coors Field.
Oh,
They count that.
So I looked at this, I'm like, that's my MVP. And then it's like, Colorado. That's why he didn't win.
what some biased bullshit that is. Just because of the fucking fence?
A guy we talked about quite a bit last episode is Vladimir Guerrero. He was next.
Yeah.
He scored 101 runs, 197 hits, 44 home runs, 123 RBIs. He only stole 9 bases, unfortunately. 58 walks, 345, 410, 664 for a 1074 OPS. Wow. Jeff Bagwell, 152 runs, led the league. 183 hits, 47 home runs, 132 RBIs, stole 9 bases, 107 walks, 310, 424, 615 for a 1039 OPS.
Wow.
Andrew Jones probably won a Gold Glove.
Sure he did.
122 runs, 199 hits, 36 home runs, 104 RBIs, stole 21 bags, 59 walks, 303, 366, 541, 907 OPS. We're making 907 sound bad at this point.
Yeah, if it's under 10, it's,
Yeah. Yeah. Old Slammin' Sammy Sosa.
Oh, God.
Had 106 runs, 193 hits, 50 home runs, which led the league, 138 RBIs, 91 walks. He went 320, 406, 634 for a 1040 OPS. And then, I won't talk about the pitchers yet. Is there any other hitters we want to specifically talk about? Well, I guess I'll talk about this guy. Richard Hidalgo, Houston. Didn't realize he put up a season like this, mind you. He had 118 runs, 175 hits, 44 home runs, 122 RBIs, 13 stolen bases, 56 walks. He went 314, 391, 636 for a 1028 OPS.
and he's like, what, 19th or
20th.
20th down there?
Yes. All right, pitchers. Greg Maddux went 19-9 with a 3 ERA in 35 games. He threw 249 innings and 190 strikeouts. His teammate Tom Glavine led the league in wins when he went 21-9 with a 3.40 ERA and 35 starts, 241 innings, 152 strikeouts. Randy Johnson went 19-7 with a 2.64 ERA and 35 starts, 248 innings. They struck out 347 batters.
Holy cow.
One of his 4 Cy Youngs in Arizona.
Wow.
Yes.
347.
And I'm going to mention this guy just because it's, a Cardinal and he died shortly after.
Oh, yeah.
But Darryl Kyle went 20-9 with a 3.91 ERA and 34 starts. He went 232 innings and struck out 192 batters. And he was dead probably, 2 or 3 years later, Uncle Doug?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, he died June
That's sad
22nd,
deal.
2002.
Yeah, so 2 years later, yeah. In a hotel room during the season, right?
Right.
Yeah.
He pitched 9 games that year.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
He had a heart attack, didn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, heart
Laying in
attack.
bed and had a heart attack.
Yeah, they found him the next morning dead in his bed.
Yeah, didn't show up for the team bus or whatever. And
Oh,
so they
man.
went to check on him, and he was gone.
Just something random, or was it something nobody knows?
I don't know if anything ever came out.
I
Because,
don't
they
really
found that
remember.
Angels guy a couple years ago, Skeens or
Oh, yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And then they said it was a drug overdose. They ended up
Yeah.
coming out. But, I don't know if anything ever came out about Kyle.
Yeah, I don't know.
Everybody related it to, Ken Caminetti, and then they blamed Ken Caminetti's on steroids.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was ever proven or not, but everybody blamed it on steroids.
Right.
But, so there was those rumors about Darryl Kyle, but I never actually heard that he, tested positive for anything or
Right.
anything. So,
And he wasn't a huge guy that you would think was on steroids.
Yeah, but Eric Gagne was on steroids. I mean,
Yeah.
it wasn't like he was like,
That's true.
I don't know. Anyway, I just named off a bunch of guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My call on this is, I think Todd Helton's the MVP, but what do you do with the Colorado thing?
Yeah.
I mean, how bad was Colorado that year?
That's true.
I
Let's hear
mean,
that one.
Yeah,
I
I'll
mean,
tell
Larry
you.
Walker's not on here. Where's Larry Walker? So like, what kind of numbers did he put up? Well, that's a that's a Hall of Fame
Yeah.
Rocky.
Colorado was 82 and 80.
Oh, so not horribly bad.
Yeah,
Fourth
I mean,
in
like
fourth in the NL West.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, that may have hurt him.
Yeah.
But we had Delgado on the other one at 83 and 79.
That's true. Well, Larry Walker was hurt most of the year this year.
But I mean, Colorado players have always got the knock because they play Coors Field.
But nobody else on this team did anything this year.
Yeah, I'm looking at those numbers. They're not good.
So it
No.
sounded like Todd Helton was dragging everybody along with him, huh?
I'm gonna say so. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody on the team hit more than. Well, I guess we had one guy hit 20, but nobody else hit more than 11
In Colorado.
in Colorado.
Yeah. I mean, that.
Oh, jeez.
But I mean that.
I mean, Todd Helton led the league in like more than half the categories.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't expect a big first baseman to lead the league in stolen bases, so he wasn't going to do that. And the guy that had more walks than him just had a few more than him. And the guy that led the league I guess the guy that led the league in runs has had quite a few more, but he's not a leadoff hitter. He's a cleanup hitter.
Well, the guy that won the MVP can't only beat him in stolen bases. Helton was better than him at everything else.
Mm-hmm. He beat him in stolen bases by 7.
Yeah.
Not by.
I mean, it's 5-12. Neither one of them
Yeah.
stole a bunch.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean,
We could pull him up.
the guy batted .372.
Yeah.
I mean, he won the RBIs and the batting average, on base percentage, slug, OPS.
He hit 42 home runs. He had
Yeah.
372 with 42 home runs.
Yeah,
That's insanity.
that is. I mean, who wouldn't want that on their team?
I mean, that's the only thing on the team.
Yeah.
That's
Well, what did the Giants do? Because they have 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up.
All right. They're gonna say the Giants won 100 games or something.
The Giants won 97 games,
No, so not.
but lost to the Mets
Overly
in the
crazy.
division series 3-1 to Mike Piazza's.
Yeah. What
Yeah.
did the Mets do?
The Mets went 94 and 68, second in the NL East, but they made the World Series.
Who beat them in the NL East? The Braves.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Mm.
NL
Probably.
East.
Oh, this would have been in the middle of their 18-year
Braves.
run.
Yeah.
Braves
because you got
by
Andrew
one game.
Jones,
Mhm.
Chipper Jones, Maddox,
Andrew.
and Glavine.
Yeah, Chipper's not on here.
There he is.
Yeah, he's number
Oh, he
11.
is down there. Oh, yeah, he's right there. My bad. I skipped him then.
His OPS is only 9.
Only
I
nine,
mean,
come on.
he had 36 home runs and 111 RBIs, and it batted .311. I mean, hey,
Probably want a gold glove.
could have been, yeah.
So,
Mm.
It's wild.
yeah.
So was Ken a juicer too?
Did Kent ever get caught?
I feel like he was there.
I mean, yeah, he was obviously there.
No,
I mean,
like he was probably like, oh yeah, I seen that needle. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying? And
I don't
maybe he
know.
might have partaked every once in a while.
Did he ever get huge? I wasn't.
Kent was a big guy.
Yeah.
Was he a big guy to begin with?
And I don't think he and Barry got along.
Oh, they got a fist fight in the dugout.
Because, I mean,
No,
That would have
maybe
been
he
that
did
would
juice.
that would have been right around this time where they got in a
yeah,
fight.
'cause, I mean, they
Or
got,
maybe they did juice together, and that's what they were fist fighting about because they were.
I don't know.
sharing
If
stuff.
he doesn't like him, he probably would have turned him in.
I mean,
I
Kent
think-
called out Barry quite for a lot of Barry's crap in San Francisco.
I would. It says he's 6'1", 185, but he was much
He's not
bigger
my.
than that late in
He's
his
bigger
career.
than me. Because that's how big I am.
Yeah.
Well, I guess That would have been right around this time because remember it was a big thing. They got in a fight before
Yes.
Kent won his MVP because
Right.
everybody was like, "Oh, well, how's this going to go over?" Because they got in a fight and then Kent won an MVP
Over Barry.
over Barry. Yeah.
Yeah.
In 2002, they get in a fight.
Oh, it's 2002.
Fight with Jeff
Before.
Kent. Oh gosh.
Well, he's
here we
probably
go.
still mad at him from the MVP.
Yeah.
There it is, Alex.
Yep. I remember it was all over ESPN.
Oh, I'm sure. Oh yeah, they're going at it. This is, my gosh.
Mm-hmm. No, what was it? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to find a picture of Jeff Kent later in his career.
Probably had a watermelon dome piece.
This is wild. I'm reading about why they didn't like each other. Bonds was all about himself. Kent was about and the traditions of baseball extremely seriously. What did he do? What does that mean? Kent took himself and the traditions of baseball extremely seriously and even rubbed people the wrong way. What?
I don't know. I don't remember what happened in the fight, but like Papelbon and Harper got in a fight in the dugout a couple years ago, and it was because Harper didn't run to first when he grounded to shortstop, and then Papelbon confronted him about it, and they got in a fight in the dugout.
Sure,
Yeah.
Barry didn't run one out and Kent probably.
There, that's Jeff Kent, by the way, and like
Yeah,
his prime.
he looks bigger than me.
Yeah, I mean,
So yeah, he's bigger. Baseball Reference sounds like they do the same thing basketball does.
yeah, because who was it the other day? They had listed. Oh, remember they had Sammy listed at 160. I'm like,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
160.
Maybe
yeah.
his first.
Well,
year in
he
the
was
league.
tiny when he came in the league, wasn't he,
Right,
Uncle Doug?
yeah.
When he
At the end?
was one of the Pirates when he came in, but like, when he got on the juice and like by 2000,
Yeah.
I bet he was every bit of 230, 235.
And so, how big do they think Barry Bonds is?
Yeah, I remember I had
Barry
Sammy
Bonds
Sosa's
is 6'1",
White Sox
185. Him and Jeff Kent were the same size. I think when they do this weights and stuff, I think they do it when they come in the league.
Barry's head weighed 185.
trade.
Yeah.
And then plus the ego was about 230.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm doing it. I think Todd Helton's the MVP.
I think
Yeah.
he is too.
I'll agree with that.
I would say, I mean, if we put a team in Colorado, we got to know they're going to have that advantage. And I mean,
yeah.
have they put something?
Yeah, they use the humidor now on the balls before the games.
That's what I thought. Yeah, they took something away.
Yeah,
The what on the balls?
they put them in a humidor.
Is that the cigar thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew they did something. I can't remember exactly what they did.
Yeah, all the balls before the game have to be in the humidor for so many hours before they can use them in a game in Colorado.
What if they run out? I'm sure they do plenty, but like,
I think they did a couple years ago. They ran out of
Oh, really?
balls and they were like panicking on what to do. And I think the MLB, they had to call MLB and give permission to use balls that had only been in there for like 30 minutes or whatever.
Is that because of the altitude?
Yeah, it's because of the
Yeah.
altitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's high enough there in Denver.
Interesting.
And he's good enough to hit the numbers.
I would say
I mean-
372 doesn't matter altitude or not. That's making contact.
That's
at
right.
the end
I
of the
mean,
day.
you're talking about, yeah.
Well, I guess here's my thing. It's now been proven that Major League Baseball has been intentionally tinkering with the ball and messing with the ball to cause people to hit more home runs and things for like 5 or 6 years now. Maybe longer than that now that I'm thinking about it. So if we're going to talk about like, oh, the ball, like things are working for you, and it's just, where you're playing baseball, like geographically where you're playing baseball, or hey, Major League Baseball wants you to hit more home runs, so we're going to give you harder baseballs.
Yeah.
Like here's the thing. Right now, what everybody's pissed about, this is interesting for those of you listening and anybody, is, okay, so we've got it pretty much down to a science and with baseball. If you hit a ball this hard, with this much bat speed, at this angle, it goes this far.
Right.
Well, right now, they can't figure out why none of those things work for the Atlanta Braves.
Okay.
The Atlanta Braves are hitting balls with ridiculous speed at launch angles, and they're not coming out of the park.
Oh.
Yeah, the Atlanta Braves offense is last year, after shattering every record
Yeah,
and ever, they scored the most runs, hit the most home runs, hit all these things.
Yeah.
This year their offense sucks.
Okay.
And they said there's nothing different about how hard they're hitting the ball on the average ball velocity, hit velocity, launch angle. Nothing's changed except for the balls aren't going anywhere. And people are like, what did the Braves do? That Major League Baseball's punishing them. They've given them different balls.
Makes you wonder.
Yeah, but
It really does.
Because if you compare how hard they're hitting their balls to other teams are hitting way more home runs than them. It's just it's a Braves thing right now. It's not a Major League Baseball thing right now. If everybody's hitting the same balls,
Right.
it kind of sucks, like that World Series a few years ago when they were hitting home runs left and right. But it's fair. Both teams can do it.
Right.
But if only one team can do it,
Makes you wonder.
yeah.
Interesting.
Because Major League Baseball owns the baseball company now.
Oh, yeah.
They bought the company that makes the baseballs.
So they can
do whatever they
do
want
whatever
to
they
it.
want.
Because a couple of years ago, some of the podcasters I listened to bought cases of baseballs and were testing them, and we're getting all these different results for the different cases. And we're cutting them open, and they had different cores inside them and all sorts of things. And these were all balls being used at Major League Baseball parks.
Oh.
Yeah, Major League Baseball is tinkering with some things.
Yeah.
So anyway, are we all in agreement? Todd Helton
Yep.
is
I
our MVP.
agree. And my boy Todd.
That just adds to Todd's Hall of Fame case.
That's right.
He got MVP.
Yep. What are we talking about Todd here? In a couple
He's
weeks?
got. We're gonna put that on his baseball reference. He's got a Sports the NEMO Way MVP.
I mean, you might as well. They put the AP and UPI MVP.
Put us in there.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we appreciate you tuning in to this Seattle Mariners episode, and we would appreciate you tuning in next week for our Texas Rangers episode. We would also appreciate it if you would, rate, subscribe, comment, email at
Sports the NEMO Way. Sports the NEMO Way at gmail.com.
yes. And we appreciate all you listeners. And thanks for listening to Sports the NEMO Way.